Join us Saturday, February 8th through the Disruption Network 3-year anniversary party at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica, New York. Musical acts include Annie in the Water, acoustic performance by Haley Jane, Trampoline Jetstream, and Live Noah. Haley in the Water will cap off the night covering Fleetwood Mac's hit album, Rumors. The whole Disruption crew will be on hand and will be presenting our annual D Awards. Party kicks off at 6 p.m. There will be beer, wine, food from Doughboys Barbecue, and Holy Pizzoli with some incredible live music. Come celebrate 3 years of the D, Saturday, February 8th. For tickets, visit our website, disruptionnetwork.net.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
You're listening to the D-Line.
All right, listen up, everybody. This is former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're listening to the D-Line, only on Disruption Networks. That's the D. Do it now. The
D-Line. Disruption Network's weekly football podcast. With your host, Chicken.
I will say, one of the greatest games I've seen this year.
Caleb.
There was no takeaways from that game. I mean, the takeaways were that we should have changed the channel earlier in the night.
And still.
Just fucking tit for tat, going back and forth, just a battle.
What's up, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to the D-Line. We're back for, what's this? What do you call this?
Divisional round
playoff?
Weekend, yeah.
But, yeah, we're very formal here. Super. Well, joining me as always, I am Chicken. Joining me as always is Silbrith.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sil. Caleb is not joining us today. He had, what?
He had to go shopping.
No, it was the
Brown in the front
Notebook finale or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
Something like that.
He doesn't. Oh, the Jeopardy champions. He doesn't want to miss the beginning. So.
Well, that's understandable.
And in his place is my brother, even though he doesn't like to admit it, Rob O from the This Is Tampa podcast.
That's right.
Down there in Tampa, Florida. How's that going, Bob?
Good. You gave me short notice to come up here, but
yeah, man, he jumped on the plane. Caleb's like, I can't make it. And Bob's like, I could go into the D-Line. Hopped on the plane and got here, man.
Right? That's commitment.
Yeah. So your local Tampa celebrity, the Utica. Right?
So, tell us a little bit about This Is Tampa and the concept and what it is that you guys do.
Well, basically, we talk about all things Tampa, whether it's celebrities from Tampa, movies that were made in Tampa, but we talk to different guests that are involved in the community, either they're business owners or they're doing something in the community that is really cool. Try to keep it local,
Keeping it local in Tampa,
yeah.
Which is cool. Being at the D, we're always about local. We always support local, and I've watched a few of your episodes. Or
Naked.
They're pretty cool. But he called somebody out on what was it? That place that stopped making pizza.
Called Little Italy.
Little Italy.
Yeah, in Lutz. And
you called them out, said that she didn't want to make pizzas anymore, and she's being a little standoffish or something like that.
Defiant.
Was the word.
Yeah, check it out. It's defiant. So.
And she called him out on it, too. It was pretty funny.
Well, yeah. She's like, I'm not defiant. Well, maybe I am. But here, why don't you come to our restaurant? I was like, yeah, that's cool. Come to the restaurant. And then I thought about it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going there to get whacked or...
Oh, my God. Or at least get your food spit in.
Yeah, it could go either way. I don't know.
I don't know. In a weird way, you complimented her pizza, I guess.
Yeah, in a weird way.
Nice pie.
You sure do have a nice pie.
It's had a large sausage. So like I watched a few of your episodes, and like you guys are like pre-recorded. You don't go live. Am I correct?
Yeah, no live.
Although you did,
we did do one live. Yeah, we screw up too much to go live.
Oh, I have no idea what that's all about.
If we took out the screw ups, our show would be like 20 minutes long. Like every single beginning of the show, it would be like we should just do a reel of all the beginnings.
Hell, last week the middle, a quarter of the way in of the show, fucking everything went out.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, internet. I'm like, oh crap, like, trying to do it on the fly.
Yeah, well, we're not. We don't have all this equipment. We kind of basically keep it stripped down. We go on location most of the time, use lapel mics, and go to the actual, which is kind of cool because you have a different background every time. You never know where you're going to be.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's good for the businesses too because they're front and center in our podcast.
Right.
Now, you just recently got into a push-up war, right? On one of your podcasts against our friend Tom Belf. Mm-hmm. His brother's just opening the gym down there. His brother Bob. Mm-hmm. So two guys from Oriskany met up in Tampa and had a little bit of a push-up war.
How'd that go?
Oh, I was crushing him. I had to slow down.
What'd you get up to, like 86?
80 what?
14.
80 what? It wasn't 86. It was slightly less. Could I have gone to 86? Maybe.
I think that idea.
I had to slow down. I had to let him catch up. We thought 50 was a good round number.
Now, just so you know, Bob was my trainer in the gym, and as you can see, since he's been gone, I've gained a little bit back. But yeah, I tell you, this man right here, he knows his shit about getting in shape. So that was like a perfect marriage between you two there. And but that's the kind of fun stuff you get to do on a podcast. So you can't just do it, like you said, in a studio.
Yeah, that was live. Like Bob was our first live podcast, like that we did at an event live. He was the first one.
Well, see, and that's what's cool. I mean, two local guys from here, down in Tampa. That's what amazes me more. Like that's fucking awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I know because as soon as I found out, I hit up Tom. I'm like, I think your brothers they're right next to each other, like business. They might as well just So that's pretty cool, man. I love it. I love the raw content of podcasts. Unpolished.
Yeah, I love raw dogging it too.
Especially mine. It's very raw dogged.
Wow. Speaking of raw dogged, I think the New York Giants just got raw dogged on the coaching fight here.
Yeah, we're getting used to it. We got a gaper, man. We got a gaping hole. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
It's very weird what transpired there. I still don't get it.
When was the last time we seen like a special teams coordinator go straight to head coach?
Oh, you're gonna make me look that up.
No, I know you don't really have to.
But I'm interested now.
The only one I could see that would be a viable choice and is Dave Taub.
Right.
Dave Taub has been from team to team and had excellent special teams everywhere he's gone. So I could see him giving that, but I can't see anybody else being that prolific of a special teams. I'm like,
Danny Abramowitz, might be the last one who might.
What year was that?
Yeah, well, years ago, but he never made it to head coach. I don't think so.
Did you say his name? Donnie Brasco?
Danny Abramowitz. Don't you remember him? He was the old Saints coordinator forever.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't remember him?
No,
wow.
No.
Well, he's very memorable.
Yeah. You don't remember him either? Oh my God! All right, let me look this.
What was
up.
memorable about him?
White hair.
Oh, okay.
White hair. Yeah, there you go.
Bob Knight.
No. There you go.
The only one from the Saints I remember is
we couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked.
And now they can't pick a coach.
Right.
But I just don't get this hire. I don't get with so many other people out there, Josh McDaniels still out there. I'm seeing Jim Schwartz is interviewing for the Browns head coaching job, which that one interests me. I would like to see Jim Schwartz as the Browns head coach right there. I think they will have a nasty defense. I think he's smart enough to know that to put somebody in charge of that offensive coordinator job, that's going to let them let loose a little. Josh McDaniel, the only thing I don't like about McDaniel is I think he's a creative mind. I think he's not really a people person.
It's the attitude.
Kind of
Well, that's the way it went in Denver when he was there. I mean, nobody liked him.
He bumped heads with Ben Roethlisberger.
Everybody.
Yeah, pretty much everybody. And then the dick move he did
with Tennessee.
No, Indy.
Indy.
Yeah, and then backed out of the Indy job, and then left the door open for Frank Reich. But in fact, I thought Frank Reich did a marvelous job. I mean,
it's working out great there for him. He'll have a job for years.
I just don't get why the Giants, with the talent that they have, and the Giants have a lot of young, great talent. Why not try getting a established coach? I mean, you had Eric Bieniemy.
Rule wanted you had to buy out his contract for $6 or $7 million from Baylor. All right, and then actually Rule came back to the Giants and said, "Listen, if you pay me this, if you beat the Carolina contract offer," and they didn't want him. I mean, that makes sense. You're taking an unproven coach, college coach. Not only do you got to buy out his contract, but now you're in a bidding war. No, thank you. Yeah. The only reason I think he got hired because he got a glowing review from Belichick. So,
I think there's gonna be a buyer's remorse there.
Yeah, Belichick bamboozled us.
Yeah, I think so too. I just don't
take this guy.
I know, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's great.
And look at the Belichick disciples. Though. Look at we talked about this last week. The former Belichick disciples have not panned out.
Right.
Vrabel.
But he was only a player. But he was only a player, so it doesn't. Is he part of that tree? I
thought he coached there as well.
No, he was with Andy Reid, right?
He was with Andy Reid.
Where's fucking Caleb when you need him?
Well, I think last week he said he did.
He's watching Jeopardy.
Anyways, I don't get that pick when there's so many other coaches that are like Jim Schwartz. Like, you're not going to interview Jim Schwartz for that job,
right?
Like this guy, everywhere he's been at, has a great defense. They have a playoff caliber to a championship style defense. And that's desperately what the Giants need.
They were a little off this year, but they were banged up, so it's understandable. Yeah.
That coaching staff, I'm sorry, but that Philadelphia coaching staff deserves some sort of they should give them the medical alert award or something. Right. You know what I mean? Like these guys are so banged up, and they limped into the playoffs, into a wild card spot, which they really didn't belong. But had they gotten some of their players back, we would have looked at a much different Eagles team. Right. And now you bring that up. How great was it to see Josh McCown out there in his first ever playoff
All right,
game?
Yeah, 20 years or 17 years in the league or
17 years in the league and probably about 32 different teams he played for, and he finally gets his chance. And that mofo balled.
Yeah.
He was balling.
His numbers were fine. He just held onto the ball a little too long, and that's probably from lack of practice.
Oh, absolutely.
No snaps during the week.
It was just great to see that guy, and I would love to see him into a coaching position soon.
He should be. Well, that's what he was doing when he came out of retirement both times.
Yeah, high school. Yeah.
Right. I really am looking forward to see what the Giants do D coordinator wise.
Don't you think there should be a backup quarterback Hall of Fame? You know what I'm saying? There should be a backup quarterback Hall of Fame. It should be Frank Reich is all the way at the top because of the miracle that he did, and then you have Steve DeBerg and Roger Craig and Ryan Fitzpatrick. You get the Jeff Hostetler.
That's who I was thinking.
Jeff Hostetler.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wait, actually, wouldn't Kurt Warner be in there? At some point?
Yeah, there you go. Backup quarterback Hall of Fame, Nick Foles. I think we should do something like that.
Backup quarterback Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Good one. They could do Giants' terrible coach choices Hall of Fame.
You got to wait to catch up to the Bears.
Orton? No. Just one season doesn't count.
Well, think about this. Seriously, he's a special teams coach, right?
Right.
What solid defensive coordinator is he going to attract to the Giants? They're going to want to work under him.
Well, there are three names out there right now. Wade Phillips, who just got let go didn't get let go. His contract ran out by the Rams, so he's openly shopping himself on Twitter right now.
He's good.
So he's great.
But is he going to want to go there and
and be with a young guy. He just left a young guy.
Well, yeah, he just left him.
Right.
So is he going to jump right back into bed with one?
And you got, now don't hit me for this, but Marvin Lewis.
Oh, hit him. No, the D coordinator's out. D coordinator might be a different story.
Right.
He was just head coach. Why would he do that?
That's what they do. Like Del Rio's a D coordinator now.
And
yeah, but for who?
Ron Rivera.
I mean, come on. Ron Rivera is not a special teams coordinator.
He was a defensive coordinator, Ron Rivera was.
Right.
No, I know. But I'm saying, like, that team now, you look at what the Redskins there, they got two good head coaches on that better than pretty much anybody in the division, except for, I feel, except for that Philly squad. And that's even including Mike McCarthy going to Dallas.
Who I'm reading, Aaron Rodgers just ripped him apart, saying he forgot plays all the time. He would call the wrong play with the wrong people out there. So that's why Aaron Rodgers would always have to change the play in the huddle. So I lost a little confidence in McCarthy.
I never had any, but I was just saying, wasn't that the knock on him? It was that he was bland and very vanilla in his play calling, and everybody knew what he was going to come out with. Mm-hmm. So now that was Jason Garrett. You already had that guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you get somebody who's going to, be a little more dynamic, a little more utilize the tools that you got on that offense?
And they got a lot. They've got the big three. They've got a great quarterback, they got a great running back, and they got a great wide receiver. Now you just got to put in and a fucking all-star Hall of Fame tight end.
As old as he is.
Right. Is he coming back? I don't know. But and then there's Chris Richard, speaking of the defensive backs coach for the Cowboys. He's a hot commodity right now. So
Richard,
Chris Richard or Chris Richard? I'm not.
Richard, yeah.
Richard.
Yeah, I know he's.
Pardon my French.
He's a hot commodity. But okay, the Giants are going to look at somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
And he actually interviewed for the head coaching job, so I don't think he'll take the D coordinator job.
And that's where I feel like Jim Schwartz is at the Eagles right now. He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. They're in your division. Take the guy that's in your goddamn division.
Mm-hmm. Who knows the other team better, right?
Yeah. Now, instead of taking their defensive coordinator, who put together a pretty nasty defense, you're going after a special teams coordinator from the AFC that you're not even going to face.
Right.
I would want to know, okay, what's Carson Wentz's interests? Like, where's he like to go? Like this wide receiver, where does his routes go? Because if you're D coordinator, you know everything about your offense,
right?
Because you practice against him all the time.
So why didn't the Bears take McCarthy?
I wouldn't want McCarthy.
I
wouldn't want McCarthy.
No, he's only been gone a year, so it was wrong timing.
And I'm okay where we're at right now. Kind of, sort of. I'm kind of pissed at Nagy, but back to that choice. You get a guy like Jim Schwartz, makes more sense for the Giants. You build up that defense. That defense is what your Achilles heel all year long.
Right.
Just been shredded. When the Redskins could put up almost 40 points on the Giants, that's insane. You get a defensive coordinator in there that knows the number one team the past 2 years in your division. Why not steal their coach?
Yeah, I don't think we needed a special teams.
It's really weird to me. I really don't have anything against him or for him. I just don't know enough about the New England special teams.
I know they didn't
make a judgment call.
They didn't seem that special to me, I guess.
No,
yeah.
No. Did they have Devin Hester or anything like that, or block 17 kicks or whatever? I got nothing. But is he ready for a head coach? Maybe. I guess we'll see if they.
I don't know. I was befuddled on that pick.
This is the weirdest.
I'm not. It's like you said. Taking raw dogging it, man. We've been raw dogging it for 6 years, so it's it's like being in prison for 6 years. You're just used to it.
When it's bad when you miss Tom Coughlin.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're
you
right.
Know what I mean? Miss Tom Coughlin.
I miss a stubborn old man.
Too.
Right? And that's the sad thing is because there's so much talent on that team that is being underutilized. Same thing with the Browns. I think Josh McDaniels could do some pretty cool stuff at the Browns. I just don't feel. I feel like he might bump heads.
Well,
who's he gonna bump heads with? Odell Beckham? I mean, come on, he's just a lot. He's like,
I just with that offensive staff or offensive personnel, they really need an offensive guy in there. But they're going to have to get a good D coordinator because that is too good of a defense to let a first year guy handle. There are two good guys out there. Shit, get Marvin Lewis. He's in your fucking division. Take him.
Our boy Boris is checking in. He goes, they should have taken Aaron Judge. You're probably right. At least that's a name you know in New York.
Oh, yeah. I took Aaron Judge.
It's funny. Boris is a Rams fan, of course.
Yeah.
One of the few.
How's that going?
I think he's now a Seattle fan. Oh, no, not anymore. Let's talk about some of these games, right? Okay.
So you were a Seattle fan. Also, you became a Philly fan last week. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
No, I was rooting for
you saw McCown and you're like,
I you know what? I was a little bit,
Yeah, you still got
a little bit.
Still something here.
You got a little McDrip over there.
Come on. I mean, this dude has never played in a playoff game, and this guy's always been. Like he's Ryan Fitzpatrick is
right. No, he's
like he'll have great games, great season, and then just shit the bed.
When you leave McCown in the season too long, he gets worse. But when he plays spottingly, in relief, he plays good.
Right.
But what was it last year with the Jets? He played like fucking 7 games or whatever. It's just too long for him. It's not his role. It's never been his role. He's a 2-game max kind of guy.
But what was fun to watch was him running and scrambling with the ball at 37 years old and like putting his whole body out on the line for it and just knowing that this was the only time he's ever seen the playoffs and probably the only time he ever will.
Mm-hmm.
So that was.
Will he be back next year with the Eagles? Don't know. I as of right now, if I were the Eagles, shit, yeah, we're gonna welcome you back to training.
I would probably move him over to like quarterbacks coach. Or somewhere along the line. That dude definitely...
100% quarterbacks coach. You're totally fucking right there, man.
Quarterbacks coach. Because that's what you...
And bring Foles back.
Yeah.
Like the fucking idiots.
Yeah, they probably will.
If you can help Cutler, you can help anybody.
Oh, it's true.
Actually,
Jay Cutler, the best year Jay Cutler ever had, he was the backup, and he accredited a lot of it to McCown.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't understand that the backup quarterback... If in the right situation, like we talk about RG3 with Jackson, they help in the development because they see things that that normal people don't see, like on the sidelines.
Yeah, and it's all willing, a guy willing to give you his knowledge and not hold anything back. And dude, if you can do that with Cutler, yeah, you're a fucking quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, well, I don't believe first of all that Cutler had a good year. And
wow.
You're attributing it to a backup?
I believe it was he had the best Bears passing record that year. So
he basically saved our season that year.
Yeah. It was 2010. We lost in the NFC Championship to the Packers, and McCown came in.
They said, actually, no.
And caught us back up to within 7.
This was the first playoff game that he was able to play. He was in one other game that he was backing up Jake Delhomme. So that's how old this dude is.
Well,
he was backing up Jake Delhomme.
Hang on, it's not his first playoff game. He came in to fucking Bears.
No.
In the NFC Championship against the Packers.
No, that wasn't him.
Who the fuck was it?
That was
Clausen?
No,
Clausen?
It wasn't Clausen.
No, all right, I got it.
I forgot who it was. He didn't really work out. He was like a one-year guy.
Yeah, he was not there long. 2011. Here we go. I got it. I'm getting it. Box score.
Got it. It wasn't Trubisky.
Yeah,
Trubisky's dad.
This is Rex Grossman.
Terrible.
Oh, come on! I clicked on box score. You turdling.
Box score. Now he's going to turn. Now he's in the porn site. He's.
you guys, Bears love slob quarterbacks, huh?
No, we just make them that way. We just turn them that way.
Oh,
bad play calling. No offensive line.
Caleb Haney.
Yes.
My fucking goodness.
Who?
Yeah. Well, we only lost the game by 7, so he got us back. We were down big, and he brought us back 14 points. So My apologies, McCown.
Yeah, sorry, McCown. You're still at 1.
You're still better than Cade McCown, whatever the frig his name was.
The guy I wasted a jersey on. Yeah.
Wow.
But how did we do on these teams? You said Caleb did really well, right?
Caleb. Okay, so our picks last week, you went 3-1, I went 3-1, and Caleb went 0-4. So we've never had anybody not win a game in any week. So this is really awesome.
Well, he is a Jets fan. So,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I the whole time I'm thinking, man, his picks are really weird. And dude, complete fucking opposite, man. Everything, and it was weird that we picked 3 away teams we picked 2 away teams, and that's where we got our loss because Minnesota fucking pulled the upset of the fucking week there. But when you think about it, what Minnesota did offensively, it's not really that much of an upset. So,
I was upset. I mean,
yeah.
going into the first half, I mean, it looked like the Saints are going to cruise. You know, same thing with the Bills. The Bills look like they're going to cruise.
Dude, the Bills look like their offense hasn't looked that fucking good all fucking year. They were firing on all cylinders. It looked awesome. Here, I'm texting you and Caleb at halftime. Bill O'Brien's going to get fired tomorrow. And that was the death knell right there for fucking Buffalo. My text to you guys. Because all of a sudden, Buffalo couldn't move the ball. Houston found their way. Finally started hitting their wide receivers. It was night and light and day game, you know. And the other big thing with that game was remember that Buffalo kickoff to Houston, and the guy catching it does this,
yes,
catches it and tosses it to the ref, and the ref weirdly backs up. I'm like, you know what he's doing, right? He's tossing you the ball because the play's fucking over, and they originally called it a touchdown, and I'm like, no.
But he didn't.
You don't have to, chicken, now. They've changed the rules. You don't even have to catch the fucking ball anymore. That's it. You don't have to do much back there because they don't want people returning the ball. The second he does this, play's dead. He's giving himself up. He did that immediately. And you don't have to do this anymore.
No,
you don't have to do this
I'm going to say bullshit, and I'll tell you why. And the ref is in the right. I'm sick and tired of these goddamn refs blowing a whistle too early, blowing a whistle
fine.
Too late. Right. But remember against the New York Giants, and it was the Bears did that fake field goal, or they caught the field goal.
Right, yeah.
And they waved it, and then you run it.
Well, you can't fake wave it.
But you go like this. It's not a real wave. You go like this.
There's this and this. But you don't even have to fucking do this anymore.
But that's what they did. They did
bullshit. He did this.
He did bullshit sign. Right.
But that's not either of those.
So if you're going to run a trick play, if you intended on running the trick play, because remember, Devin Hester acted like he was going to kneel the ball down.
Right.
He pretended to kneel.
Right.
Now the ref could have just blew the whistle.
Right. But he waited till that I'm with you. He waited.
So you don't know, the guy could have been pretending to it. The ref did the right thing. Like he shouldn't have intervened.
But the right call was made after all. He gave himself up. I have no problem with that call. Anybody who thinks it was a touchdown is wrong.
Well, at least you see both points of view.
But no, letting the play finish out, fine, great. You know, but the referee fucking saw this, and the fact that a backup referee had to come off the sideline. They had 4 backup refs there. He come off the sideline and said, he did this. That fucking guy didn't see it. The one who's out there doing the game didn't see it.
I'm so sick and tired of these refs blowing whistles way too early during like on a fumble or something like that. And then let the play run out. You can always review it. You can always go back and review it and blow it dead. You blow it dead now, even if they recover, play's dead.
They let that happen. They let the play run out in the Vikings Saints game with the knee touch, which would have set the Vikings back huge at the end of the game there. But they let the play go out and then went back and reviewed it. So
it's good to see
you're
that
right.
Mike Vrabel watches the D-line
mm-hmm.
because when we were discussing how the Titans could beat the Patriots, we're like, they got to give the ball to Derrick Henry, keep Brady on the sidelines, play Belichick, keep it close, and he did that perfectly, man. He gave him a heavy dose of Derrick Henry, and what do you have, like 100 yards?
109 yards in the first half.
Like a monster.
Just
a beast.
Just killing him. Dude, it was fucking amazing. I mean, it was just poof. It was just great. I loved their game plan. And, they could have been up more had Logan picked off the interception before the half. I got nothing wrong. And Brady's passes were so errant all day.
You know who
Dude, they were just doing this.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the old Steelers with Jerome Bettis. Remember that? Like back in the day, and they just start gashing you with Bettis and hitting you, and you're like,
Super Bowl year.
Yeah, and they just run you right over. That Roethlisberger just was a game manager. He didn't really have to do much. Just scramble around, make some plays. But and Bettis would just beat you up, and you get in that fourth quarter, and he gets stronger and stronger. That's where Derrick Henry reminds me of. The only thing I see wrong with that is they need somebody offensively to step up. They need another wide receiver or a tight end or a big playmaker to step up because they relied heavily on Henry.
Well, no, Tannehill played great. Tannehill did enough.
He played okay,
he passed
but
touchdown pass.
There's a lot
Tannehill's the Dilfer this year.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's just doing enough, like you said.
Actually, he's been playing pretty good, man. Like he's
comeback player of the year easily.
I feel like he found a new home. I feel like he's something works with him and Vrabel, in that system. So good for him, man. And I like that team. I like what I see. This is going to be interesting against the Ravens and see how that goes. But man, and the tit for tat between Vrabel and Belichick was epic. It was probably boring for everybody else to watch and see, but
I loved it.
You loved it too. I thought to see Belichick, the steam coming out of his ears. He's so pissed.
Belichick to Belichick. It was fucking beautiful.
And you just see that, like, you knew Vrabel was just doing it to get at him. He did it. He beat him at his own game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Belichick does that a month ago. Everybody's like genius and blah blah blah. Vrabel does it to Belichick, and and just in case anybody's wondering what we're talking about, it's when it was in the fourth quarter with about 6.5 minutes left. The Titans got a punt. Well, they got a delay a game penalty, and they ran the ball on third down, so it's a running clock, right?
Right.
4th and 4, they run it down, get a delay a game penalty. The referees spot the ball. The clock continues to run. Well, you can't get the same penalty twice in a row, or it's a 15-yarder. So they blatantly had was it guard or tackle?
Yeah.
False start. Dude, it's so funny. So he false start. Clock is still running. There's another 40 seconds off the fucking clock.
Belichick's going off the cheap.
He was livid. And I'm like, dude, that's hilarious. Your own fucking move just got shoved down your throat.
And what I loved about it is Belichick's going, like, he is flipping. Mm-hmm. But then you think about it, like, you're so mad that the other coach is getting penalty yards on himself.
Right.
He's getting penalties against himself.
It's not actually benefiting him at all, other than wasting time, because it's actually pushing him. They would have had it would have been about a...
Which I thought was really risky with only a 1-point lead.
51-yard field goal from where they originally had it, and so they didn't want to take it, so they pushed themselves back 10 yards. And they pinned him right at the 1 anyway, so it worked out well.
It was perfect the way it ended up. And then obviously with the interception for a touchdown afterwards. But, man, how risky is that? Like, you got a 1-point lead, and like, I think there's there's quite a bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah.
To give Tom Brady.
Well, he's
right.
What did you say? It was like a minute something, right? It was like a minute 48, something like that.
I think it was up around.
Well, no, they actually the punt went down. I'm thinking of a different punt. So the punt went down. Then Tom Brady and crew went a couple plays and then punted again.
Yep.
Then the punt came where Tennessee got him down to the 1. Yeah, it was a minute and something.
Yeah, like a minute
when the
48.
interception happened.
It's put a lot of faith in your defense. A lot of faith to give Tom Brady that much time to even get a field goal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Yeah, but from the 1.
Yeah, but before that. It was before that.
Before that.
Because there's like 4 minutes left after
there was
that whole
4.5 minutes left when they punted to Tennessee, and then Tennessee burnt off a couple of minutes, but they went 3 and out as well.
Yeah.
To give the ball back to New England. I think that was the right move.
Well, hindsight it is.
Right, yeah, I know.
It worked.
Well, no. I mean, for Tom Brady, for them not to go for it on 4th down on their own 30, to punt it to Tennessee and hope that they don't wear down the clock.
And it's rare that we see Belichick that angry. Like, Belichick was like, and I think it kind of takes him off his game a little bit, when he's that angry.
Yep.
And because he was playing mind warfare. It was so fun to watch that chess game between these two guys. And it kind of makes you think, wow, Vrabel's a better coach than we even think about right now.
He gets all squinty, like Baby Yoda. Like seriously, when Baby Yoda's getting ready to like make something move, that's what Belichick looks like. Yeah,
he licks his lips a lot. He's gonna have chapped lips. He keeps that up, man.
That's what he gets Brady for.
Who needs lips when you got Tom Brady around?
But I mean, what a game plan they had for him. This really, we were talking about how Tennessee was rolling going into this game, and New England was kind of faltering. They were, they won one, they drop one, they barely get by another,
and then they lose to Miami.
Right, and then Tennessee has been slowly chugging along, and not just the style in which they do it in that, big running back style, give the ball to Henry. Remember a couple years ago, we were talking about Derrick Henry being a bust.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He sucks. That's why they brought in DeMarco Murray. Like, he sucks. He's garbage.
He's a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
How you like them apples? Right.
Yep. Well, now he's a fat piece of shit that can run.
Yeah.
Because of 2 weeks in a row, Tom Brady throws a pick six, Miami and Tennessee. He's not happy with the way he finished the season, so he's gonna come back next year.
Yeah,
that doesn't say how long he's gonna come back for, but at least one more year.
Do you think they'll sign him?
And well, that's the thing. I'm hearing, and I don't want to hear this. He'd be interested in going to the Bears, and I'm like, no, I don't. Dude, if anybody watched that game, this past game, dude, every fucking ball he threw downfield was doing this. I'm like, what the shit is that?
Well, but have you seen your quarterback that you have now?
But at least they're a spiral over there or up there.
Yeah.
The only way I can see where I can see Tom Brady going to a place right now would be like the Chargers.
Yep. Yeah.
Filling for Phillip Rivers. They're accustomed to the way Phillip Rivers plays, but Brady would be more accurate and be able to direct people maybe a little bit better. It'd be kind of interesting to see like Brady's playing without Belichick and not so much like not knowing what to do, but like knowing more to do than the coach type of thing. He'd have to go to a situation where he'd have to be able to free reign, kind of like Peyton Manning did. Where they'd be like, all right, do your thing.
He'd be that kid up front. Yeah.
Signing him would help put asses in seats in there because they're struggling on crowd.
Just put him in a place where you got a coach that's a control freak, calling bad plays. It's not going to sit well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if Brady were to leave, I think the only place is for to stay in New England. But
yeah,
if he were to leave, I would say the Chargers make a lot of sense.
But I don't think he's going anywhere. He's going to stay in New England. It doesn't really make any sense.
Like looking in on an like listening to football talk. Oh, Dave, he gave up football.
What's such a quitter?
And there's so much promise left. I mean, there's just miles and miles left of football to go.
You got a whole nother year to look forward to. New coach, new environment. I mean, it might be a big turnaround, and you're gone.
What's that? What that one meme? When the Browns get to hire a new coach, it's time to change your filter in your furnace. Right. But I do like I said, Josh McDaniels. I like at the Browns if he can play well with others. Mm-hmm. And that seemed to be his biggest problem, playing well with others. But ultimately, I love to see Jim Schwartz get another crack at it on a team that already has a good defense. Turn that into I bet you he could turn that into a top 3 defense easily without a whole lot of work. And then he just needs a good coordinator,
right?
A good O coordinator.
There are a few out there. Brad Childress.
I said good.
Marty Morningwig. Shermer is now available. I
would have took him.
There's some big names.
Oh.
No, please.
I love the pain.
Bring it back. Nah.
I love it.
Bring it back.
That's great. I didn't get enough yet. Yeah, he's fucking great.
Dave saying if Belichick takes another crack at it, become like coach GM of the Browns, he'll consider it. If I were Belichick, that would be my LeBron thing. Remember when LeBron said he went back to Cleveland to win a championship for him?
Right.
If I were Belichick and I was going to go out, I'd say, you know what? Fuck it. Let me bring him back to the Browns, get him a Super Bowl. He will be they will love him there forever, like they do in New England. All he has to do, all you got to do is bring him to the playoffs.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if Belichick brings the Super Bowl to the Browns, he's a god.
Yeah. Then he could fart and people would go,
Yeah.
ooh, poopery.
Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. I did that earlier.
It probably look just like their season.
I don't know. I didn't look.
As a Bears fan, we can't really talk much.
Nope.
But
we're used to
it. Anyways,
yeah.
It's interesting going forward.
Let's talk about the good teams. I mean, that's what this is about.
We seen Tom Brady. He's gone, right? He's out of the playoffs now.
Well, we went right over that Bills Texans game. I mean,
yeah, the Bills. Well, I just want to say, like the quarterbacks. Like, okay, so now, so there's no Brady this year, so he's gone. So Drew Brees is out. You know, so we're looking at a bunch of young quarterbacks coming into the league. And then you got a couple, like Ryan Tannehill. And then you got, Kirk Cousins. You know, guys getting second chances at other places that were kind of, thinking. Maybe
then you got the quarterbacks that should have been playing for the Bears.
Yeah.
Playing against each other.
Yeah, against each other now. And Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, who I thought Deshaun Watson, coming out of that Bills game, that's a tough defense. Probably going to be the toughest defense they're going to face if they make it to Baltimore.
Yep.
But wow,
they got out of that game.
He was like, that's what I love about Deshaun Watson, and
he's a gamer, man. He's
like watching him in the NCAA championship game, taking the team on his shoulder.
Seems like they let him more. They let him go the second half. They just said, "Go win us this fucking game." They let him be him,
and that's who he is, right? They let him be a winner, and that's what I love about that kid. He's got that special turn the switch that I never. Once in a blue moon, you'll see it from a guy like Cutler, but I haven't seen him yet.
Even for me, it's hard to keep a straight face.
Once in a while, you'll see it.
Yeah,
but
I don't want to knock him down too much.
That's what I wanted to see from Trubisky is like put the team on your back. Can you lead this team to win? Again, against the San Diego game, that's what I wanted to see him go down and finish. You got to give these guys free range. You can't reel in a Brett Favre. You can't reel in
an Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Can't.
Let him play. Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes went to a different team that didn't allow him to be him, I think if you put Trubisky on Kansas City, you'd have a way more prolific quarterback on Kansas City than you do on the Bears.
Why? You think the receivers are faster and they can reach the ball?
Yeah.
Like they can actually get to it when he throws it 20 yards too far?
The receivers are pretty good on the Bears. I just think the system's better in Kansas City. He's been able to go from coordinator to coordinator and even change quarterbacks and still be able to keep up the same system. Yeah. So I don't think he would be as prolific as Mahomes is, but I think he'd be more prolific than he is now. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's a lot in the coaching. He needs.
Right. Well, the last time Houston played Kansas City, it was on October 13th, right? Matt Moore was playing, and he had like 243 yards, couple touchdowns. Houston did end up winning that game by 7. They got 31 on that defense. Now, we all remember that defense, Kansas City's defense, was playing better during that time. Well, not this game. So, and that was in Kansas City. Can Houston do that again?
This is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun game to watch. Yep. Because that Kansas City defense is no joke anymore. I mean, Terrell Suggs, he's older, but he's only playing half a season. He's only playing playoffs. And they say that he's physically good to go. He played well when we seen him. And then, they're playing a little bit harder. This is going to be a race. This game is going to be like probably 50 points. Somebody's going to score 50 points in this game.
I should have put the over-under on these. Let me see what the over-under is on that.
That one's got to be, I'm guessing 66. That's over-under.
That's probably not, good. I want to say like 62, but let's see. What do we got? Houston, Kansas City, 51.
51?
It opened up at 49.
Oh, I'm going over. Over all day.
I would go over on that one, too.
Let's pull our money together. Over.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one to watch. No defense. I just feel like the defenses, they're going to get burnt out.
Yeah, unless it's, I don't know.
I think this has got more upside for Kansas City. Well, hang on. Are we doing games now?
Oh, yeah. We're just kind of
yeah, we are hopping all over the place.
Is there anything you want to go back on the sheet there? You had
He wants to talk about the Bills. I know that.
No. I was just saying we touched on the Bills quickly. We didn't even
touch them.
We didn't even touch
Seattle.
We didn't touch the Seattle game. So, which in and of itself was kind of boring as well.
Yeah, I expected more out of that game.
Wentz went down mid a couple drives into the first quarter.
It wasn't bad. He made some. Russell made some huge plays at the end there.
Yeah.
To score that last touchdown.
100%. He's right.
Yeah.
Eagles had a blocked field goal early. They kept the momentum.
I don't know. I expected Seattle run away with this game. I mean, what was it?
Dude, it's the same exact score when they played
9-17
a month ago.
Right.
17-9. It's same exact fucking score.
You got a different sheet than me? Oh, I didn't know there was.
You didn't even know there was a back of it.
Yeah, what the hell's going on here? You got a computer. He's got 4 computers. I don't got a single computer.
I got Solitaire over here.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Candy Crush over here.
Man, you got Pornhub on the other one. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep, that's why you don't see my hands.
Why? Because you're sitting on them.
Well, you guys want to talk about that Bills game? Is that what? I know you've been dying to talk about that Bills game.
No, dude, we already talked about it. No.
Yeah, that's the Bills didn't win. That's good. All right, move on.
No, they gave it their all.
Next,
solid team effort.
Wasn't bad for their first playoff appearance in how many years?
2.
Giggity. Oops, wrong
Only 2 years.
Oh. For who? Bills? Yeah, because they went with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, they did. They probably would have won that game if Tyrod was still there.
Yep. I probably would have. No, actually, I like Josh Allen.
I know, yeah.
I do like Josh Allen. I just feel like they need more weapons.
Oh, I know what these are.
Hold your phone up.
Yeah. Huh?
He's a smart one.
Hey.
You must be
At
an
least I got
O'Connor.
that. I wasn't smart enough to get my own computer.
With the Vikings, going to the Vikings into the New Orleans Saints game, Cooks played a way bigger factor than I thought.
The Vikings did everything right.
Wait, I want to ask one thing about that, though. What was he crying about on the sideline?
I thought it was
after every fucking play.
I thought it was Diggs who was crying.
Diggs, yeah,
because he wasn't getting the ball. He didn't get the ball till the second half, basically.
But they were winning,
right? Well, and the way they were winning, they were utilizing their running backs. They were letting their fucking O-line manhandle that small New Orleans defensive front. They're small. They don't have one big dude, not one. You look at them; they're all as fucking skinny as you. And I'm like, no wonder they're getting beat up. No wonder they're getting run on. I mean, Minnesota was getting chunks at a time, and then that made it great for the passing game. All you got to do is have a running back in the backfield, and they're going to bite on it, and they did.
And he's crying the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Couple too many special plays, wraparounds and in and outs and
in and out,
underdogs,
over-unders, all-arounders. Good job, Sil.
That's too technical. No. But Minnesota, great job on their coaching staff. They just took it to New Orleans, kept Drew Brees off the field, and their defense came up big when they needed it. So.
Yeah, I just didn't like Diggs being a little bitch.
Well, he's on Minnesota. I mean, come on.
I mean, I didn't like that.
Getting the monkey off of Kirk Cousins' back. Everyone's saying he can't play the big games.
He didn't. He still didn't play a big game.
That was a pretty big game.
No, the team won. Yes. Was he on it? Yes.
It's all true.
You hate him much as Caleb, don't you?
I loved him when he was in Washington, but now that he's here, I'm starting to realize that he's just wicked average.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
He's definitely not worth the money. That's why I didn't understand. Like when I talked about these guys shelling out big money for these quarterbacks, like Garoppolo. Like Garoppolo's good. I don't think he's worth that money. He's winning the big games though. That's what kills me. He's winning them.
They beat New Orleans.
But he got the money before that, though.
They beat.
You know what I mean? He got the money before
Baltimore.
that. I mean, if it's Aaron Rodgers, I get it. Drew Brees, I get it. Patrick Mahomes is going to be up for a big payday.
They got the pedigree. Okay, fine. Yes, that based on that argument, yes, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Like Matthew Stafford shouldn't be the top paid quarterback in the league ever.
No.
I mean, he's good. I'm not giving him like saying he's not good. He's good. He's just not the top quarterback in the league to get paid that. You know what I mean? Like
right. And he's good for a few interceptions a game at times and
he's never won a playoff game.
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying. Give the money to like, okay, if I had to choose to pay Dak Prescott versus Patrick Mahomes, I'm paying Patrick Mahomes top money. But I bet you Dak Prescott gets paid somewhere around the range of what Mahomes is going to get.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's what he's looking at. Yeah.
And he does not deserve that, anywhere near that. Deshaun Watson, yes. Dak Prescott, good. I'll give Dak Prescott, he's good.
For the offense they were running, yes. Let's see. I guess. Let's see what happens next year.
I don't think
before I even comment on this conversation.
I don't think he's worth that kind of money.
Seriously, who gives a fuck? I hope they spend all their money on him.
Well, that's the thing. They can't. They just spend it on fucking Amari and Cooper and fucking Elliott. Where they gonna have handouts at the fucking front of the stadium?
Yeah.
Handies.
Handies.
Cheeseburger handies.
Those sound good.
Those sound good. Oh my god.
Well, now you got Mike McCarthy there. They got to pay for his buffet.
Right.
Like, that's half the salary right there. Oh, Moron. All right.
Seriously.
So wait a minute. Are you saying we have to move along like EJA Moving Company?
Yes.
Professional movers at 315-335-0516. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everyone and make it simple for you to move and relocate. That's EJAMoving.com. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. You're listening to the D-Line.
Thanks, John.
Word up.
So do we want to get to some of our picks here, or do you have anything else you want to say about these games?
Nah.
All right, so we're moving on.
I'm good.
Moving on up.
Moving along. What we got?
A couple OT games. That was cool.
So
That's cool.
January 11th. All right, so that Saturday game starts at 4:30. We got the Vikings going to San Fran. I don't know, man. Like the Vikings, they're that team that like you want to bet against every time. And that's kind of where I was with San Fran earlier in the year. I didn't buy San Fran. I didn't believe in San Fran. And I'm kind of like that with the Vikings now. But like the Vikings kind of squeak by, and you're like, how the fuck they keep winning these games? Like
Kirk Cousins.
I did not expect them to beat New Orleans. I thought New Orleans was going to run away with that game. Then Kirk Cousins turned into Mountain.
Turned into Joe Montana.
Montana. That Brett Favre guy. I don't think they have enough in them this game.
No, Adam Thielen's hurt. Honestly, the same game plan might work because a couple D linemen are beat up for San Fran. Again, smaller, faster D line. You put a big guy in front of them, there's going to be holes there. When
but they get that Bosa guy.
Actually, sorry, Baltimore beat San Fran, right? What Baltimore did was, they did a lot of misdirection and whatnot because because they're fast, they overcommit. Can Minnesota do that same? I don't think so.
Yeah, but it's not like Baltimore really beat San Fran.
No, it was a shitty game. Yeah, it was 3-point game. Yeah,
San Fran was able to penetrate to the backfield, which against Baltimore where so many misdirections and you don't know who's getting the ball. Minnesota's a little more conventional, like who's getting the ball. So I feel like that the D line on San Fran is going to have a field day, I think.
Yeah, I really don't think this game needs to be analyzed very much. I think Minnesota's fucked.
I am trying to stretch it out. Really, it's a 7-point 49ers line. I'm okay with that.
Like trying to stretch out a boner in the cold,
right? Stop looking at it.
Every time you go to pee, I disappear.
Which, by the way, this morning was really fucking cold.
Well, you come from Tampa into central New York in January. Oh, Maron. Yeah, it's cold. He's had a shitty vacation so far. He's had to, help me out. I had a flat tire the other day to come get me with a flat tire.
Jesus.
Yeah, the first thing you want to do in a cold.
Right. Yeah.
Climb under my father's car. Fucking, yeah.
All he's been doing is working outside since he's been here.
God.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck I pissed off. But apparently they got some
18 degrees today, didn't it?
connections.
Jesus.
But so everyone's going San Fran on this?
San Fran, I hate to move on quick, but 4:30 game. It's on NBC, everybody.
I'm picking for Caleb, so you're welcome, Caleb. San
Actually,
Fran.
no, Caleb's got,
oh, he's got some?
No, Caleb gave us his picks.
Well, he probably shouldn't have.
He's going Minnesota, right?
No, Caleb is also going San Fran.
He's going Minnesota because he's a big Kirk Cousins fan.
I'll keep his picks out here for reference. I actually agree with Caleb this week. Not like last week, but this week I'm with him.
I think this is a game that you keep on the ground. You definitely keep on the ground. Even if you're San Fran, you keep
Both
on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
San Fran's got a really good running game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this other game, the Baltimore-Tennessee game. I mean, it's easy to say Baltimore's going to run away with this game, and I kind of feel like it's
I'm going to say it.
tough for Titans. Yeah.
Yep. Tennessee Titans are fucked. That's my analyst. And
in this game, the Titans need somebody besides Derrick Henry to step up. They really do, because the Baltimore Ravens,
they're going to
pretty
focus
good
on
defense.
They got a really good defense. So, the same game plan is not going to work what they did last week. But Henry's going to get his chunks, but they really need help from the passing game. They really need the defense, especially the outside backers, to step up.
Yo, Tennessee's cornerbacks are nasty. They are nasty. I didn't realize how good these guys are.
Right.
Their corners they're good. They got a defense.
But they got to keep Jackson in that fucking pocket, man.
That's it.
That's the outside backers, the DNs. They all got to be on the same page.
Now, Mark Ingram, is he hurt?
Not that I know about. Let me get your
sick or
NFL injury report. Why don't I ever have any of this ready to go?
I'd help you, but I don't even have a
Here he goes.
I feel like if they play it like they played New England, tight to the vest, they will need somebody more to pick up. I feel like
Ingram is questionable. He was listed as questionable for the divisional round game against the Titans. He's slated to play, according to Adam Schefter. So take that with a grain of salt.
I think these are the two best defenses in the AFC right now, right?
Yeah.
I don't see anybody else.
Houston or KC? No, I'd put these two defenses over both of those. Yeah. So I'm with you.
So you guys are going.
Are you really thinking about who to pick?
Just are you really? I know. Are you just like adding drama?
It's got to go to Ravens.
Caleb picked Tennessee. So
he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Caleb, you're fucked. Again.
I think the do the Ravens come out flat after a bye week? I'm hoping they come out pumped up. It's a 9.5-point favorites there. I'm going Ravens on this.
It's not
one.
all that far from each other, too, so you're going to see a lot of fans traveling up to Baltimore.
Right.
So I don't feel like home field advantage is going to be that much of a factor.
It is.
Think so?
But it's not one of those places where the crowd.
But I don't think in this style of play with Tennessee Titans, I don't feel like that should really matter because you're running the ball, you're gashing them. So
I don't like the spread. I don't like the spread at all. I'm thinking 4.5 myself. 4. I really don't like 9.5. I don't like it at all. I can't. And it started out at 9, so that means people are flooding in on the Ravens to get it up at 0.5 point like that. That's really weird.
And that whole week off, I've seen where the week off helps, and I've seen where it's really taking teams and
it just destroyed them.
Yeah, it puts them all out of order.
They're not the same team. They're not they're not the same team you've seen all season. All of a sudden, they're running some different shit, and it's just like, what the fuck are they doing? Yeah, I've seen that in the playoffs, too, as well.
Coaches are like, oh, we'll give them this wrinkle in the plans, and like,
right.
Then they go to shit, or guys are rusty, and just not in the groove of playing every week.
Right.
That's why you see some of these teams back get into the playoffs, and they catch these, top seeds with their pants down.
Yeah.
I just
that'd be awesome.
It would be kind of neat. I think.
I would love it if Tennessee won, but I'm picking the Ravens.
Yeah, you got to go Ravens.
And just so you know, listener Greg Williams is picking the Ravens as well. So,
Greg, he should have came on.
I'll get him next week. I think he's still crying. I talked to him the other day at the gym, and he's like, "I just want to get it out of the way." I wasn't going to bring it up. I told him, "Hey, Greg is a Patriots fan, so I let him I let him bring it up.
Let him mourn.
Yeah,
I mean, not for nothing, but it's good to not see the Patriots. It's good not to see the Cowboys or not. Well, not really the Cowboys because they're never in it, but the Steelers. You know, it's good to see other new teams in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, except for freaking
Minnesota.
Packers. Fuck the Packers.
Packers.
Fuck the Packers.
Minnesota's there a lot too, man.
Yeah, but they don't burn me as much as the Packers.
They're nothing to worry about this week, so they'll be gone soon.
Kansas City and Houston. Now, this is the game we were just talking about. I think this is going to be the best game of the week.
Fireworks.
This is going to be so much fun to watch. I got it.
You were just
the belly
stammering.
The belly aching.
He wants to pick Houston and he wants to pick Kansas City. He's not really sure.
I love both.
Can't pick them both.
I'm going to go with Kansas City. Because they got so many goddamn weapons on this team. Not to say that Houston doesn't. They do. They got a lot of weapons.
Mahomes is here this game. I'm going with Kansas City.
Mahomes is here.
Home game.
You know, they got that guy Hill.
Right.
I think he's okay. Oh, can I just say something about going back to that Saints game? What's his name? Taysom Hill?
Mm-hmm.
That dude is awesome. That dude was playing every position on the field.
That was the white guy, right?
Yeah. He was catching the ball, running the ball, throwing the ball. Man, that guy. It's good to see a guy like doing the old Troy Brown stuff. You know, playing every position on the field. I love watching that. But with Kansas City, man, they got so much speed on this team. They have, like, who do you cover? How do you cover these guys? You know,
you can't do man on man because Mahomes can kill you. So you do zone, and he can kill you by hitting the empty spot. So zone's probably the best way, and you just hope that there's interruption somewhere else. You know,
nobody's fast. Excuse me. Nobody's fast enough to keep up with Tariq Hill.
Right.
And then,
unless you can really jam the fuck out of them at the line, that's it. That's all you got. You got to stop their progress somehow, some way. Just because of Mahomes' running game, you can't really run man that much because you don't want your cornerbacks turning their back.
Right. And then you got Shady McCoy to worry about coming out of backfield.
Right. Now you got a linebacker trying to cover him. You got to mix. You've got to mix the defense up, but you're probably going to play more fucking zone than man.
And then I just feel like their defense is definitely getting better in Kansas City. Their pass rush is getting better. Like I like the T-Suggs because it brings you leadership. It brings you a guy that's been through all this. He's been to a couple Super Bowls. He's been to a Pro Bowler. Guys, listen to him. And then you got the guy in the back end in Tyrann Mathieu. Like that guy's a beast. So they got leadership on that team. They got guys believing on the defense. J.J. Watt coming back is another huge push for Houston. I just think Kansas City just got way too much.
Yeah, I'm picking Kansas City. I think Houston will do their best to keep it close. Again, I don't like 9, 7.5, 8. Is be where I'd at on this one. But
I forgot they got Sammy Watkins on that team.
I don't work in Vegas.
How do you forget about Sammy Watkins?
Trying to see if there's anybody important on Kansas City's. Travis Kelce, questionable. Limited in practice today.
Only question I got, Travis Kelce, is he's going to catch 1 or 2 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Because he'll man up.
He is. That dude is tough as nails. Him and Kittles.
Yep.
George Kittles. Those guys are monsters.
Yeah.
So it's like pick your poison with Kansas City, and they know how to use them. They know how to use their weapons. That's the biggest thing is you can have all the weapons in the world, Browns, and not know how to use them.
And not use them at all.
When Odell Beckham's your third option.
Right.
I mean, the guy was number one option in the league until he bought his helmet.
Right.
And then they put him in the bush house.
Which is for sale, by the way.
We're at a Yankees game. He goes, what would you have to bid on it or something?
It was a silent auction. It's one of those silent you just
He was the
kind
only
of
one
drop
that
in a price.
What'd you put under? Are you okay with saying it? $50.
Odell's career.
425.
I said to him, I go, now you got it. I go, you just mushed him. I go, he's going to blow his ACL and he's going to be terrible. And wouldn't you know, the next season, he busts his ACL and then, like, now he's third fiddle on the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your fault. You fucked him.
Caleb picked KC as well.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to change.
Oh, you mushed it?
He might have mushed it. Holy crap.
That's so far. That's 3 home teams for me. Caleb's got 1 away team.
Damn. I'm going to go with Houston then.
Are you really?
Yep.
Wow. He's really not liking Caleb.
Yep.
You will never bet on the Jets. It's like, not
That's
a
what kills me. Caleb, now that he's not here, we can do this.
We can talk about him all we want. He'll never hear us.
Every week. And it was infuriating. It's like they don't stand a chance, and you're still picking the Jets. They surprised us twice, It was like, but man, that was rough.
Every week he picked the Jets?
Every week.
Yeah, see, that's why.
And they only got like 4 wins, so that was like.
Right. He got lucky twice, against the Cowboys, and what was the other one that they upset? Shit. It was towards the end.
At least he was consistent.
Yeah.
He's consistently bad.
Others, when we knew they were going to beat Miami, we all picked the Jets, and so.
Is that what's on the back of this right here? Is like
the overall record? Yeah, you can count that up. Week 17, we didn't have a show, so none of us made any picks.
But he did the worst. Okay.
Yes, yeah, and you can see I won again.
The guy that keeps score. Come on, go figure. So this last game. Now I think we might have to go and get Golden Taint back and have him play in this game.
Golden Taint.
Yeah, Golden Taint.
He's like a vape, right?
Remember when they had the scab refs, and they threw that Hail Mary, and Golden Tate was the one that came down with it. And
right.
It was so controversial. It was like, I feel like that was really what created like a rivalry between these two teams.
Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah, that's why this is a big game. Green Bay wants revenge for that. So, I look at the Packers schedule, and they did beat KC. I believe Mahomes played that game. I'm going to look it up now because I want to know. Oh, that smells good.
Thank you.
I just, you look at all their opponents they played this year. They lost some crappy games, played a lot of their games close. I really feel good about, and Seahawks have been borderline, but they came out last week and really brought it. I'm going with the underdog. I'm going Seattle this week.
What did Caleb pick?
Green Bay.
The Jets.
I'm going Seattle too.
The Jets.
Jets.
So you're going with Green Bay?
No, fuck that. I'm going with Seattle.
I am contractually bound to not ever go root for Green Bay.
All right, good.
I forgot. You guys.
Yeah. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
I forgot. I think Caleb is still too much of a mush. Seattle, I think Russell's got some tricks up his sleeve.
I think this is another.
Oh, no, Matt Moore played that game against Kansas City and Green Bay. So, again,
much different
not a much different game.
I love when people say, "Oh, that's no excuse." I'm like, take Aaron Rodgers out of the game.
Yeah,
it's a huge take
Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes out of the game. Does Green Bay win?
No,
they don't.
So is that the game plan here?
Because Matt Moore threw
Take out
for
Aaron Rodgers? Yes, I hope so.
Matt Moore threw for 267 with 2 touchdowns. Is your
He played a
backup
great
gonna do
game.
that?
He played a great game.
Right.
I don't think he lost that game for him, but Patrick Mahomes
No interceptions.
is a different talent. You know, like just like Aaron Rodgers, you can play well, but you're not Aaron Rodgers. You're not, Russell Wilson.
Aaron Rodgers, 305, 3 TDs. Is your backup quarterback doing that game?
Right. Mahomes is just nasty.
Right.
I mean, we're seeing some really great talent.
I'm really backing up my own point here. That's why I'm picking Seattle. I don't feel Green Bay can beat an honestly good team. I don't.
They can. Because Aaron Rodgers has to be an average defense. You know what I mean? And they got a good defense this year. And they got a good running game. So the running game, when the running game in Green Bay goes well and they got a defense, they can pretty much beat anybody.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he's got the help from the running game, you're right.
And running game's been there this year. Right. They're killing it.
I don't know, man. I think it's a miracle. What, they have 3 losses?
4, I believe.
4, yeah, I think so.
Was it 4? They lost the last game? Is that why?
No, they won the last game, 23-20 against the Lions. Came down to the wire. Don't ask me why I know that.
They lost to the Chargers, won a game. The Bears could have taken 2 games from them easily.
Yeah, of course they could have. But they had Mahomes as their quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. 13-3. You're right. 3 losses.
13-3. It's a fucking miracle. They only lost 3 games. They did it kind of quietly, actually.
Yes, you're right. They snuck up on everybody. They didn't get into where they were until the last couple of weeks.
They weren't blowing teams out. They were squeaking by.
That's what I'm saying. They were squeaking by.
Yeah, I think Seattle, yeah.
But if Minnesota won that game, the second game against them, they would have taken the lead in the division. It would have been a whole different story.
Russell's got beast mode back, and beast mode.
I don't believe Cook played, so yeah.
I love that they brought beast mode back. And not so much. I mean, he was effective. He was running the ball pretty well, but
you got a touchdown within the 5-yard line this time.
The energy that he brings, that
Well, he must figure they have a chance. He must know something. He must figure they really have a chance at making a run at it.
And just bringing that life into the locker room, going into the playoffs. It's been a long season. Guys are banged up. You lost all your running backs, right? And now you bring these 2 guys, him and Turbin, you bring them back. And Beast Mode is just he's happy, he's energetic, he's getting guys, fired up, that's...
Is he seeing straight?
That don't matter. That don't matter.
He sees everything.
People are throwing Skittles again, and
yeah,
it brings back that energy, that Super Bowl feel. And I thought that was the smartest move on Pete Carroll's to bring him in there to revitalize that team. And that's where I think watch out. That's why I think watch out, Green Bay. I feel like Seattle's got some things moving here.
I think Caleb's picking Green Bay just because of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's it. You got Aaron Rodgers on your team. You always got a chance. It's like having Tom Brady. You're always going to be there.
Russell Wilson.
Right. Yes.
I've seen Russell Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think they did it earlier this year or last year. They when they played, the last time they played, I think.
Let's see. Let's check out their history.
Neither one of these guys are afraid to get the ball at the end of the game.
Nope. Both of them can do it.
Wilson's a gamer, man.
Right? I love the way this dude plays.
I think he can extend the plays and wear down the defense.
Yep. Kind of keep you guessing.
They played last year. Seattle won 27-24. Seattle lost the year before. Green Bay has got the last few on them. Yeah. It hasn't been since that OT in 15 in the playoffs when Seattle won.
So now, no matter who wins this game, another Hall of Fame quarterback is being eliminated from the playoffs this year.
Right. Yes.
I'm calling right now Russell Wilson's a Hall of Fame.
You're fine.
Aaron Rodgers, borderline, but no.
No one's going to argue with you.
And what about Kirk Cousins?
Yeah. But that's kind of my point. You see this younger group of quarterbacks coming up to Deshaun Watson, Mahomes, Jackson. These guys are
they'll be future Hall of Famers.
Yeah, coming up and saying, this is our league now. And because after this, you got Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson as And I don't think Kirk Cousins or Ryan Tannehill are going to really make much waves after these next games.
You don't?
But another one nobody's talking about that we were just mentioning earlier is Garoppolo. Like, he's a young quarterback coming up in the league. I don't think he's going to have the gaudy numbers as some of these guys, but I feel like with the team that they're building around him, they got a solid team around him. He's going to have a really good career. I'm looking at it now, like, if he can continue to – all they really need now is that to establish who's their number one wide receiver. And then I think you're going to see
It's not Vernon Davis?
Dude, he's thrown for almost he's 22 yards shy of 4,000 yards this year. 102 rating overall, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. So, that's not really good. And a 69.1 completion percentage. I'd kill for a 69.1 completion percentage.
And I just think, he's, his second year as a starter? He was hurt last year.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't start. He only played like a few games.
He only played a few games.
That.
Yeah. So, I mean, we kind of got to put him in that discussion as these young rising quarterbacks. I don't think he's on the level as the other guys.
No, he's not. No,
definitely not.
His numbers are 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last year. Year before, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So he is getting better, but but he's staying still hovering around for every.
They got
2 touchdowns he throws an interception.
But they got something going there in San Fran, and like I said, if they get an established number one wide receiver to go along with Kittles in that running game, they got really good supporting cast.
Yes.
But you don't have that, like, this is our number one guy, that he knows he can go to every single down. Maybe they will emerge to be one, with Emmanuel Sanders being there kind of helps things along.
Well, like DK Metcalf last week. Let's see what morphs for the 49ers,
Yep. Because early in the year, you're like, DK Metcalf, he might be good.
And then he fucking blew up last week.
Oh, he was a monster. A monster. And that's – so, yeah, I like we seen Doug Baldwin do in Seattle. People are like, who are these guys? And, like, these guys would just emerge as number ones. Once they do that and the quarterback believes in that wide receiver, I think you're going to see San Fran be a real powerhouse.
Oh, I hear Antonio Brown and Josh Gordon are looking for jobs.
Antonio Brown, man, on that team would be sick. Well, I was really happy with Josh Gordon being in Seattle. Like, he had a set being in Seattle. He could have been a monster with Metcalf and, oh, my God, who's the other guy there? The other receiver.
I just ruined it.
What?
With drug test.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he ruined it in New England because he could have been real good. I'll just say because I can't talk right now. In New England with a great quarterback. But in Seattle, I just felt like that whole style fit him better. Like, you've seen him catching some, catching more balls. I really feel like he could have really emerged as a leader in that squad.
Gordon?
Yeah. I really had high hopes for him there. It looked like that would have been a new home, but
he could have led him to the pot shop.
Yeah, right.
You got Tyler Lockett. Lockett, yeah. There you go.
Tyler Lockett has been playing awesome.
Yeah.
But Metcalf,
Baldwin too. They had at that time, right?
No, he was.
Did they have Baldwin?
I think
he was gone already.
Yeah. But now imagine Josh Gordon with Metcalf and
Lockett, right? When you've got 3 options like that, that's great.
And then beast mode in the backfield, like
he just fucking shot himself in the foot. He plaxical burst himself. He really did. Dude,
shot himself in the foot. I see what you're doing
there. What a dickhead! Hey, his last one wasn't even about smoking, was it? What the fuck was
weed.
it?
Josh Gordon weed. That's it.
Yeah, but
it's just
his last. Why New England let him go? It wasn't because of weed, was it?
No, that was a mental breakdown kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
He stopped the weed, so he had a mental breakdown.
Because both those places, weed is legal too. Yeah. This poor kid can't get it out of his own way. So, yeah, you guys are going Green Bay?
No. Caleb, Green Bay. I'm going Seattle.
We're all going Seattle, except for Caleb. I think, right?
Right, yeah, you can't pick Green Bay.
I don't do that with good faith, though. I can't. I just...
Oh, no. Out of all the picks, this is the hardest one. Really is because
Aaron Rodgers every time.
Yeah, it's like he's got a picture of Silbreth on his fucking bed, or like Rocky Balboa in Rocky 3, where he fucking pumps his fist against the mirror, and there's a picture of Silbreth. I swear to God, Aaron Rodgers does it.
It's what you happen to do it. It's Troy. See, but I feel Russell Wilson is that guy that like you think he's beat, and then he comes back and he wins, and you're just like, how did he do that? Like, and they squeak by a team, and you're like, well, they just barely beat, the Cincinnati Bengals. They squeak by the Bengals, and then they like squeak by another team. They'll squeak by another team, and you're like, they're not blowing teams out,
right?
So you're like, you don't really have a whole lot of faith in them.
Then they shoot themselves in the fucking foot against San Fran. They had the fucking division. They had number 1 wrapped up. You're on the 1 fucking yard line. That whole debacle. So they're their own worst enemy sometimes, really.
Right, but they when they squeak by and you're like, you don't have a lot of faith in rooting for them, and betting on them.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they find a way to win.
Well, that's the same thing about Green Bay. They're squeaking by teams they should be killing, but then they beat teams that they shouldn't. They get blown out against the Chargers. It's just like, what fucking Green Bay are we seeing here?
Right. And
so, do you blame me for picking Seattle? I'm the only one that's honestly picking them. You're picking them because you can't pick Green Bay. He's picking them because Caleb picked Green Bay.
That's pretty much true.
It's funny.
It's scientific.
Well, I've been a big supporter of Russell Wilson for a while, but man, these quarterbacks that we're watching right now, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Watson, Jackson. There's so much, like, all those quarterbacks are just, like, amazing to watch.
Yeah,
They're just so much fun and so much, like, how the frig did they do that? Like Watson coming out of that tackle, that sack, and just escaping out of nowhere and throwing that pass.
Dude, I totally forgot all about that. He just snuck right the hell out of there. He was dead to rights, and boom. 2 guys whiffed.
Right? Or you see Mahomes
all about
throwing that like sidearm pass, like in that movie Wanted where he bends the bullet.
Right.
That's freaking what Mahomes is doing. Some crazy ass shit. It's like going around dudes and stuff, Like, he's like Pistol Pete, like going around his back and through people's legs and shit. And Jackson, people are tackling him where he used to be. Like, it's just, we're watching some great quarterbacks. Yeah. And then you think about it with Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, these crafty, savvy quarterbacks that have done it all, seen it all, balling out to, like, they're Hall of Famers.
Right.
It's you got the young, you got the new. I like it. And it's not just sit back in the pocket quarterbacks. These are guys that scramble. They compete with their feet.
They make it exciting.
Right. Yeah. I like it. I'm excited about these playoffs, even though the Bears aren't in it. I've gotten used to watching the playoffs without the Bears in it. Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah, I go for the food.
You get drunk. You just like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't have a care in the world. I'm rooting for the Titans like way harder than I never rooted for another team than the Bears.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, go, and I was so into it.
But when Houston was down 16-0, I was fucking genuinely mad, like the Bears were losing. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
And like I was torn, and I've been a big Seattle supporter, and I was rooting for Seattle. I picked Seattle to win, but then because I'm like an underdog football fan and watching the Eagles limp in the playoffs with all those injuries, and then losing your quarterback, and then McCown coming in, and those coaches still finding a way to get these guys geared up and trying to find a way to win. That Goddard kid, the tight end. The guy's a beast.
He played better than I thought.
That kid was awesome. He's been playing great since they played Dallas.
I know.
That kid's been on a roll. And just finding talent to step in. This Sanders kid stepping in, and that little short dude they put in at the end. I can't even remember.
I can't. Who's
Boston something?
Right. Well,
Boston Market. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, the Anthony Jordan trade. The Bears got a fifth. No, they could have gotten a fifth round.
Jordan.
What?
Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard. Sorry, Anthony Jordan. What the fuck is Jordan Howard? Hey, at least you knew what I was talking about. Jordan Howard, the Bears ended up getting a sixth round compensatory pick. We could have gotten a fifth if he hit like close to 1,000 yards. Had he kept going at his pace that he was until he got hurt. But we got a sixth, so that means we got a fourth round for him and a sixth after all.
Oh, so we got a pack of gum,
right, and a sticker this time.
What's compensatory mean?
When you lose we drafted him and traded him, so he was off our roster. So we get something in return for that draft pick, basically.
Okay, so you're gonna get something.
He was a fifth-round pick, wasn't he?
It was a what?
He was a fifth-round pick, wasn't he?
Fourth, I believe. Sixth?
I think it was
fourth.
Fifth.
All right, I'll look it up. Anthony Jordan. No.
Anthony Jordan.
Any bold predictions in these playoffs?
Bold predictions?
Any bold predictions? We want to step out on a limb here and make a bold prediction?
Aaron Rodgers breaks his collarbone.
Fifth round, you're right. 10th running back taken in the draft. Good call.
Because I remember I was like, we had Langford and somebody else. I was like, why are they picking up another running back? And he ended up being the best of the three.
Right. What'd you just say? I was looking that up when you guys were talking about something. What were you talking about?
Your mom didn't call?
No.
We were saying, are you tired of living in pain? Your medication doesn't seem to be working or it leaves you in a fog? Try a natural, safer alternative with CBD from Utica Hemp. With everything from oil, full spectrum, and THC-free, topicals, CB flower, and dog treats, Utica Hemp has something for everyone. Visit uticahempco.com or stop in one of their 4 locations in Utica, Herkimer, New Hartford, and Clinton, and speak to one of the knowledgeable staff about how CBD can help you. Utica Hemp, improve the quality of your life.
A little raspy there. You got to
a little bit. Yeah, a little dry mouth over here.
You need a little hemp mouthwash.
I think that's why I'm dry mouth.
Dry mouth.
So, I don't know, bold prediction here. Like, if I'm going to go out on a limb. Oof.
What do you mean? Go. We already just picked.
No. Like
just overall players, any special play, just something bold.
Something bold. That's what I said. Fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Vikings get shut out.
Ooh, you thinking Vikings going to get shut out against the 49ers?
Hey, that's bold.
That's possible. I'm going there. Vikings score 3. It's really tough to get a shutout in the NFL. Vikings only get 3 points.
Hold them to 3.
Less bold.
Pussy way out.
This mild prediction is brought to you by... What did you say yours was? Aaron Rodgers is going to what?
Break his collarbone.
Oh, that's good news.
It's weak. It's weak.
I am going to say... Wow.
Dead air?
Yeah, dead air. I don't know, man. Like, this is
what to say.
You're the one that brought it up. Bold prediction, and then he comes back.
I thought you had something. What the fuck?
No, I didn't have shit, man.
No.
Let's talk about bold predictions. What do you got?
I came up with that out of my ass.
I know.
How about those XFL rules?
Man, yeah, I can't even.
Bold prediction.
I'm going to say.
There's one. I got a new one. Beast mode breaks 100 yards.
Oh, that's really bold. Ooh, that's huge.
Against Green Bay. Ooh, you got a good chance there.
Wow.
I'm going to say Derrick Henry is under 100 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Look who he's fucking playing, dude.
Yeah, almost 200.
Yeah, but Baltimore hasn't let up many 100-yard rushers all year. Like, hey, why don't you just predict the weather right now? Why don't you just predict the weather right now?
You just tell me if it's going to be cold this morning.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold as fuck.
Nothing to do, weather, Dolly. It's raining. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers throws 2 picks.
Okay. Again, that's not too bad.
That's a mild pick.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Hot mild.
Hot mild.
Shouldn't I say medium?
Medium. At a medium pace. All right, so again, that's this weekend. The games, man. I am looking forward to. Which the game you looking forward the most? Who are you looking forward the most in this game?
What I want to see, Green Bay, Seattle, but I know that Kansas City Houston game is going to be lights out.
Yeah, I think that's probably the game of the.
So I'm looking more forward to Sunday than I am Saturday. Saturday is just going to be a hangout and football in the background because I know San Fran's going to whip the shit out of Minnesota, and Baltimore Ravens. I think it's kind of going to be a snooze fest.
Yeah, it looks like Sunday's games are much more exciting.
Much more better.
Much more exciting. I said much more better. Yes,
it's more better.
What about you, Bobby?
What am I looking forward to? Being home before the first game on Sunday starts.
Are you leaving this weekend?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm leaving Saturday, so hopefully if I time it right, I'll get back just in time for the 3 o'clock game.
Cool.
That he'll sleep right through.
Right.
Yeah, no, I didn't sleep when I got here. Drove straight through, got here. I was up, like 40 hours
I'll send
straight?
updates on some of the playoff games when he's driving.
Oh, you're driving? Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
Driving.
Fuck that noise. Oof.
Driving. I'll be driving fast. I'll be driving angry. I'll be get there. Get back in time. Yo, were you supposed to say something about Utica coffee right here? Is that what's going on? I finally figured this out. Like this little menu.
We used to have a certain format, and then we kind of veered away from it.
Because we can never keep on track. We're like, shit. We're
yeah.
We gotta like.
Flag does come in.
We were gonna try being legit, and we were just like.
Kind of like, yeah, I kind of like finally figured it out, deciphered it.
Dude, coin toss. Why is the coin toss like 2.5 minutes long?
It was the intro to the segment. Not 2.5 minutes. It was only 15 seconds.
Can the referee screw up a coin toss? The coin went up and didn't flip. It's a coin toss.
Oh, fucking Collinsworth.
Yeah, see?
The coin went up and didn't flip.
I hate Collinsworth. Oh, my God.
He's like, the Cowboys. Always.
Oh, yeah. Him and
yep.
Michaels.
No.
Joe
Bayless.
Oh.
Kip Bayless.
God.
Oh, Skip. I hate that dude.
Kip Winger. That's who you're thinking of.
Kip Winger.
He's only 17.
All right, we better get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we'll call it an early night.
All right, we will see you guys later. This is the D-Line. Oh, Bobby, let's plug your podcast and what you got going on.
Yeah, if you guys want to know what it's like to live in Tampa and you're from somewhere else, just you get a good idea just by watching our podcast, what's going on down there. We try to feature everything, so I'll give you a little preview.
And what was the name of it again?
It's warmer here.
It's
called it's called This Is Tampa with Rob and Jen.
This is Tampa with Rob and Jen.
Yeah.
You have a website they can check it out on? Is it?
Yeah, it's called Facebook, but
never heard of it.
Yeah, you check it out. It's pretty cool. Facebook / This Is Tampa. That should bring you to it. We're working on the actual website that, I can't hear myself anymore. Okay, there we go.
You weren't talking.
You were just thinking it.
Now you're on mute. I wish I could do that.
No, but really, yeah, we're getting better and better guests every time, and hopefully this year we're gonna try and push things a little to its limit.
Nice.
Get a little more stuff out there. Try and be.
I'm going to be going down there
around the community
on the 19th, so I'm gonna jump in on your podcast
this month.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So I got to warm up my bones here.
On the 19th.
Yeah. So I'm disrupting your whole thing, dude.
Warm up your bones. What'd you say?
We're actually doing we're supposed to do I guess like a media event. Probably while you're down there. I think it's the 28th or something like that. But it's a big, huge sports complex that they're putting in Wesley Chapel. If you're unfamiliar with like Wesley Chapel, it's just blowing up right now. There are new restaurants, new everything there. It's unreal. There's so much.
Now that's where you did that whole competition with the push-up competition, right?
Oh yeah, we were in Wesley Chapel. They got something going on there that's really cool. Is where they're bringing in like containers, shipping containers, and they're all going to be outfitted already to be able to set up shop. Like whether you're a food shop or a retail store or something like that, they're all going to be outfitted, ready, turnkey. You go in with your wares and you peddle your wares, whatever. It's like $1,000 a month.
Sounds kind of like
it's month to month.
Can I wear my pedals?
Yeah. And it's like month to month. So if you got like a concept or an idea or something that you want to try that you're not sure, you don't want to get too invested in like a long lease or something like that, you'd be able to do that. But they're using shipping containers, so it's a pretty neat idea. They're putting
kind of like Handshake City over here in Utica. They have the shipping containers, and they have some vendors, and they do like concerts and stuff over there.
Yeah, this is gonna have concerts. They're gonna have all kinds of different things. They have the Saturday market. That's what we were there for, and that's like pop-up shops, so crafts and stuff like that. But they're really blowing up that area.
Any tomato pie down there yet?
Yeah, there's a place that does tomato pie.
Really?
How is it?
Yeah, they do it a little with like a spicier sauce.
All right.
Yeah, it's not like it's very similar here, especially the crust.
Oh, okay.
is very close to
That's
here. It's just their sauce is a little spicier.
Usually, the crust is the hardest part. It's the humidity in the air doesn't let it.
I don't know, the waiting.
The waiting, yeah. The waiting's usually the toughest part.
Yeah, wait as what you wait after I eat it. So this is Tampa with Rob and Jen, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I did. I said that right. I said it better than our own.
Right.
Well, you remembered your own brother's name. That's good.
This is the
I
M line.
didn't know if I had her name right.
This is the M line. No.
this is the F line. I just remember report card.
Right.
F-E, whatever.
Starting a new podcast called The O-Line.
Yeah.
We're like,
Get all fat guys. Oh, we're halfway there. Anyways, we better get the hell out of here. I'm gonna get going. We're gonna let's do the little Bob memory. What's his name? Memories.
memories. I know what those are.
You big boob. All right, we're out of here. Bye.
Oh my God! Shit has hit the fan. Look at the replay. Garrett sacks Rudolph. They end up making out of the floor for a little bit, talking a little shit, and then watch this. Garrett rips off Rudolph's head, and then he fucking bops him right on the forehead, and then all hell breaks loose. My goodness gracious. The NFL hates to see this, Peter. Obviously, Rudolph a little bit outmatched, but this is on another fucking level. Rudolph gets up, talks shit. Garrett rips literally his fucking head off, holds the helmet, and then he just fucking goes all full Mortal Kombat right to his forehead. Punches being thrown. I mean, the emotions in this stadium for the 72 people that are still here. All I know is this, Peter. That's going to be... Watch this. Boom! Right there. Bop. And Mason Rudolph is fucking goo-goo gaga on the sidelines. That's not good. The NFL's not going to like this.
You're listening to the D-Line.
Join us Saturday, February 8th through the Disruption Network 3-year anniversary party at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica, New York. Musical acts include Annie in the Water, acoustic performance by Haley Jane, Trampoline Jetstream, and Live Noah. Haley in the Water will cap off the night, covering Fleetwood Mac's hit album, Rumors. The whole Disruption crew will be on hand and will be presenting our annual D Awards. Party kicks off at 6 p.m. There will be beer, wine, food from Doughboys Barbecue, and Holy Pozzoli with some incredible live music. Come celebrate 3 years of the D, Saturday, February 8th. For tickets, visit our website, disruptionnetwork.net.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.